I fell into the alien women's bathhouse. 3 naked aliens welcomed me with open arms. The unexpected descent. Alex Thorne gripped the controls of his shuttle as alarms blared through the cockpit. The engines sputtered, protesting against the gravitational pull of the uncharted planet below. "Hold together," he muttered, sweat beading on his forehead. The vessel plummeted through thick clouds, crashing into a lush, fog-laden forest with a thunderous impact. Branches snapped like brittle bones, and the hull groaned in defeat. Dazed but unharmed, Alex emerged from the wreckage, his spacesuit torn but functional. The air was humid, scented with exotic flowers and minerals. He checked his scanner. Planet Zorath, breathable atmosphere, no immediate threats. But his ship was beyond repair. He'd need to find help or resources to signal for rescue. Wandering through the misty woods, the ground grew warmer underfoot. Steam rose from cracks in the earth, leading him to a hidden clearing. Ancient stone arches framed a series of natural pools, bubbling with geothermal waters. Carvings of ethereal figures adorned the walls, suggesting this was no ordinary spring but a sacred bathhouse. As he approached, soft laughter echoed from within. Curiosity overrode caution. He peered through the vapor. 3 figures lounged in the largest pool, their forms silhouetted against the glowing water. They were alien women, humanoid in shape, with skin that shimmered like polished gems under the dim light. The first to notice him was Silene, her iridescent blue skin catching the steam's glow. She rose gracefully, water cascading down her curves, unashamed in her nudity. Her eyes, deep violet pools, locked onto his with a mix of surprise and intrigue. "A stranger from the stars," she whispered in a melodic voice that his translator rendered perfectly. "What brings you to our sanctuary?" Alex froze, his heart racing. The other 2 turned, their expressions shifting from relaxation to welcome. He stammered an explanation of his crash, but Silene extended a hand, her touch warm and inviting. "Come, weary traveler. The waters heal all wounds. Join us." Hesitant, Alex shed his suit, slipping into the soothing heat. The water enveloped him like a lover's embrace, easing his aches. Silene glided closer, her body brushing against his accidentally, or perhaps not. A spark ignited, her scent intoxicating, like wild berries and spice. As they talked, Silene shared tales of Zoratha's matriarchal society, where bathhouses were places of bonding and renewal. Alex felt drawn to her confidence, her laughter like music. The steam thickened, blurring boundaries, and when her fingers grazed his arm, a shiver of desire coursed through him. The night promised more than mere survival. Whispers in the steam. Immersed in the warm embrace of the pool, Alex felt the tension of his crash melt away. Silene's presence was magnetic, but now the other 2 approached, their forms cutting through the mist like sirens from a dream. Vexa, with her vibrant green skin and playful demeanor, splashed water teasingly toward him. "So, Starman, do all your kind look so intriguing?" she purred, her voice laced with mischief. Nearer, the 3rd, moved with quiet elegance, her silver markings pulsing softly like distant stars. She carried an aura of calm wisdom, her touch gentle as she offered a vial of scented oil. "Apply this," she said softly. "It soothes the spirit as well as the body." The women encircled him, their nudity a natural state in this sacred space. Conversations flowed like the water. Alex learned of Zoratha's customs, where physical closeness fostered trust. Vexa leaned in, her breath warm on his neck, recounting adventures in the planet's wilds. Her hand rested on his thigh under the surface, sending jolts of electricity through him. Silene watched with a knowing smile, then pulled him into a deeper section of the pool. "Tell me of your world," she urged, her body pressing close. As he spoke of Earth's vast oceans and bustling cities, her fingers traced patterns on his chest, igniting a fire within. The intimacy grew. Vexa's laughter turned to soft moans as she joined, her lips brushing his shoulder in a tentative kiss. Neera observed, then contributed her own ritual, massaging the oil into his skin with expert hands. The sensation was euphoric, borders dissolving in the steam. Lust simmered as Vexa boldly straddled his lap, her curves molding to him, whispering promises of pleasure. Alex's hands explored her back, feeling the unique texture of her skin. The night deepened with shared stories and touches, each woman revealing layers of herself. Silene's passion was fierce, Vexa's playful, Neera's tender. In this haven, Alex surrendered to the allure, their bodies entwining in a dance of discovery. Whispers turned to gasps, the bathhouse echoing with the beginnings of unbreakable bonds. Embers of desire. As moonlight filtered through the bathhouse's crystal dome, the atmosphere charged with unspoken yearnings. Alex and Silene slipped away to a secluded alcove where a waterfall cascaded into a private basin. The water's roar masked their breaths as she pressed against him, her iridescent skin glistening. "I've waited for one like you," she confessed, her lips meeting his in a hungry kiss. Their embrace deepened, hands roaming freely. Alex traced the contours of her body, marveling at her warmth. Silene guided him, her moans encouraging as they surrendered to passion. The waterfall spray heightened every sensation, their union a blend of urgency and tenderness. Meanwhile, Vexa pulled Alex back to the main pool later, her eyes sparkling with mischief. "My turn to show you Zoratha's wild side," she teased, leading him to a ledge where bioluminescent vines glowed. She wrapped around him, her movements fluid and bold. Kisses trailed down his neck, building to a frenzy of lust. Vexa's energy was infectious. They laughed between gasps, her nails lightly scratching his back as ecstasy peaked. Neera, ever the observer, waited until the others rested. She drew Alex to a healing chamber, dim with aromatic herbs. "Let me mend your deepest aches," she whispered, her hands glowing with energy. What began as therapy evolved into intimacy. Her touch ignited hidden desires. Neera's serenity gave way to fervor, their bodies intertwining in slow, rhythmic bliss. She whispered secrets of her past, forging a romantic connection beyond the physical. Throughout, jealousy flickered but transformed into shared affection. The women conferred in hushed tones, deciding to unite their affections. Alex felt overwhelmed yet cherished, each encounter revealing new facets of love and lust. The embers grew into flames, promising more in the hidden depths of the bathhouse. Tides of passion. Deeper within the bathhouse lay chambers infused with Zoratha's ancient energies, where crystals pulsed like heartbeats. The group ventured there, the air thick with anticipation. Silene led, her hand in Alex's, while Vexa and Neera followed, their eyes alight with desire. In the first chamber, Neera initiated a ritual. She arranged them in a circle, her glowing markings illuminating the space. "This binds us," she intoned, pouring elixir over their skin. As it absorbed, sensations amplified. Neera knelt before Alex, her lips exploring him with reverence. The intimacy escalated, her healing touch turning to passionate caresses, culminating in waves of pleasure that left them breathless. Vexa, impatient, claimed the next moment in an alcove of swirling mists. "Feel my storm," she urged, pulling him into her embrace. Her movements were wild, bodies clashing like thunder. Kisses turned bites, lust unchecked as they rode the tides of ecstasy. Vexa's cries echoed, her form quivering in release, drawing Alex deeper into her world. Silene waited in the heart chamber, where a massive pool shimmered with ethereal light. "Now, all of us," she declared, drawing the others close. What followed was a symphony of romance and desire, touches overlapping, lips meeting in a tangle of affection. Alex found himself at the center, each woman expressing her love uniquely. Silene's fierce devotion, Vexa's playful fire, Neera's tender depth. Bodies intertwined, the energies heightening every sensation. Moans filled the air, a chorus of unity. In this sacred space, barriers dissolved. They explored one another with abandon, forging bonds through shared bliss. As dawn approached, exhaustion mingled with satisfaction, the group collapsing in a heap of limbs and whispers. Alex realized this was more than lust, it was a profound connection, challenging his notions of love. Eternal bonds. With a storm brewing over Zorath, threatening to isolate the planet, Alex faced a crossroads. His scanner detected a rescue signal, but leaving meant abandoning the women who had captured his heart. In the bathhouse's grand hall, they gathered for a final union. Silene initiated, her kiss desperate yet loving. "Stay with us," she pleaded, guiding him to the warm stones. Vexa and Neera joined, their bodies forming a protective circle. The air hummed with energy as touches became caresses, building to a crescendo of passion. Silene's curves pressed against him, Vexa's energy fueling the fire, Neera's gentleness anchoring them. In this fervent embrace, lust and romance intertwined. Moans intertwined with declarations of love, bodies moving in harmony. Alex explored each, savoring Silene's intensity, Vexa's wildness, Neera's serenity. Ecstasy washed over them in waves, a shared climax that sealed their fates. As the storm raged outside, Alex chose to stay, repairing his ship for future journeys together. The women rejoiced, their bonds unbreakable. Lessons from the stars. Love transcends worlds, blooming in unexpected places through open hearts and willing touches. Embrace the unknown, for in vulnerability lies the deepest pleasures and connections. Lust, when woven with romance, forges eternal ties that weather any storm. True unity comes from sharing not just bodies, but souls, in a dance of desire and devotion.